Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Advice to Think Twice. I'm here with your mid-monthly readings. This will be for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. It may also be relevant if you're dealing with the Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Keep an open mind for the messages, watch all your signs. And if you're interested in private readings or you want to check out the special offer currently running, all the information is in the description box below. So let's see what's going on for Gemini for the rest of July 2019. What's going on for Gemini? Okay, so we have Judgment, Three of Cups. Receiving news is cause for celebration. Definitely. A wish come true, a yes, an approval. Seven of Swords. You got away with something. Or one of your plans went just according. Three of Swords. You may be feeling guilty about something. Ace of Cups. Five of Pentacles. Maybe this was a competition and you won, and then someone you know obviously had to lose out. So maybe that's why you're feeling guilty. But at the end of the day, it was fair. Nine of Wands. Yeah, someone's upset. Five of Cups. And the Four of Cups. Someone's upset at your success because it means they're not successful. Six of Cups might be a friend, even an ex, I don't know, if you work together. Right, let's just jump in. So now with the Six of Cups and the Judgment card and the Ace of Cups, you might be dealing with people from the past trying to come back because they weren't able to get over you, or coming back because they see you're doing so great. You know what I mean? That always happens, doesn't it? Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, it's someone who they held back. They held back a lot, and you gave them the benefit of the doubt, and you stood by their side, and you tried to help them, and you tried to understand them, okay? But they just kind of kept you out, all right? They didn't give you what you deserved. And then when you said, you know what, I've had enough, that's it, I'm doing what makes me happy, putting up my boundaries, even though it was difficult for you to do and you left with a heavy heart, okay? You might have just had to pick up and go, basically, and that wasn't easy to do. I feel like if this person's trying to come back, you're not looking at it, okay? The Four of Cups can be my on again, off again energy, okay, in the situation, especially with the Judgment card, the Six of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. It can definitely talk about on again, off again. So if that's not something you want, just be extra careful. I feel like you were dealing with someone who just wanted to keep things casual. If this is in a love sense, okay, it's someone who just wanted to keep things casual. When you were together, they said everything that, you know, they knew you wanted to hear, and there was affection there, don't get me wrong, but then it never moved past that. And whenever you brought up the conversation, they were like, well, I just want to keep things casual. Let's just, you know, date. But they were dating other people, or let's just keep our options open. So they didn't really want to take it further. Okay? And this may have been, or this may be, during this time, some sort of ultimatum conversation. Like, okay, this is what I deserve. I'm not accepting anything less. What are you going to do with it? Okay? And especially if you're dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, I feel like you're leaving. So in other words, they're not giving you what you want, or they're not believing your ultimatum. They're trying to call your bluff, but you're not bluffing. So you're leaving with a heavy heart, and they're a little bit in disbelief. It takes them a little while to figure out that, oh, hold on, they're actually leaving. They actually left. They meant it. So there's heartbreak for you and for them. For you, it's because you actually had to get to this point and actually had to do this when they should have just treated you properly to begin with. And for them, it's like, oh, okay, this is really happening. Hold on. And then with the Four of Cups, they might try to come back. But be careful. I do feel like it's going to be a recurring cycle. If you want to avoid that, you have to have strict rules, boundaries. If we're going to do this again, we're doing it in my way, on my terms. You step out of line, we're done. And you need to stick by it, basically. Okay? If you do that, it can have a chance. Right, on the business, job, money front, I feel like there was a group effort for something, but then an offer was made just to you. And in order to take this offer, you kind of have had to, or are having to, stand alone, walk away from the group, separate yourself from the group, however that applies. I feel like you're doing it. You know you're doing the right thing. There was nothing shady going on. There was nothing underhanded. You're simply the best out of the team, or for whatever reason, this offer is coming only to you because they only want you. Okay, you did nothing wrong. But I feel like other people feel like you did. Other people feel like you were underhanded and sold them out, as it were. So you might be dealing with the loss of friends with this energy. You're not happy about it, but I feel like you're trying to explain and they're not hearing it. They're not having it. If there's nothing you can do to get through to these people or this other person, if it was just the two of you and only you got chosen, if there's nothing you can do to get through to them, then there's nothing you can do to get through to them. They need time, and this can be recovered if you give it some time. Okay, it's not as bad as it looks. It's not fully over. They just need some time to come to terms, and then they'll hear you out. Okay? But you do have an offer coming in. It's been a long time coming. Whether it's about a job or something you've applied for, even if it's paperwork or permits or whatever, I do feel like it's coming to you. For some of you, it already reached you recently, and for others, it's coming shortly. There's reason to celebrate, but someone's feeling left out. Okay? Whether they have reason to feel left out or not, that's a separate issue, but you know, they can't be happy for you, basically. Or they're putting up a brave face and they look like they're happy for you, but they're feeling like you don't deserve what you got and it should have been theirs. So just, be careful with that. I don't feel like, they're going to do any harm to you, this person, whoever they are. But I do feel like they'll try to make you feel guilty, Because I feel like this is someone who's dealing with going through a hard time, basically. They can't move on from the past. They can't move on from a dream they had for themselves. So they're just going through a bit of a rough time, like depression, sadness, sorrow. And your success might be triggering some things for them. But at the end of the day, be there for them if you can, but don't feel like you're doing anything wrong, because I feel like you're really not. They see as, you are doing something to get ahead or whatever, but their judgment is clouded, okay? And if they are pushing you away, then just give them some time and celebrate your success, because you definitely have earned it. You deserve this. You didn't do anything wrong or underhanded or anything like that, okay? Now, for others of you, someone's getting caught with something. Someone's getting caught with something that they thought they were getting away with, actually. Now, it could be a situation where someone was keeping their options open, or someone was talking to other people online. I don't usually go there, but if I see it, I have to say it. Okay? and they were putting up a front like everything's fine, but they were very, very secret and very protective of themselves and their phone and computers or whatever. I feel like that gets discovered at this time, and you have no choice but to walk away and cut off this person. Like, you're not even giving them a chance to explain. This may have been something that happened before as well, or you had doubts or you had suspicions about this before. And it's like, I'm not even going to hear it. I don't care what you have to say. And again, we have that ultimatum energy of, if you want this to work, if you want a second chance, it's going to have to be on my terms. No question about it. But you do have success here. You do get the yes. Something that you've worked very hard for, okay? You may have had to leave people behind because they didn't support you. And you're successful, but then somehow you still feel guilty for what you had to leave behind. And you may try to reconnect with someone that you've had to leave behind. Or you had to separate yourself from a person or group of people, or your family members, whatever. You had to separate yourself from them to focus on yourself, to focus on your business, to focus on your money, to reach a goal. Now that you've reached it, is that the word? Reached? Yeah, I think so. And now that you got there and you feel like you're in a great position to provide, you're trying to go back and explain to them that I had to separate myself from what was going on to focus on moving myself forward so that then I could bring you with me, okay, type of thing. So even though they felt left out in the cold and they felt like you didn't care and they felt like you weren't providing anymore, financially or emotionally or whatever, they were always on your mind. You did what you did for them, for your family, for your close friends, for people you feel responsible for. Okay, and even though it looked like you were doing something sneaky, that really hurt you because you knew that that's what they thought about you. And I feel like now you're trying to go back and explain, I did it for us, I did it for you, and it had to be that way. I couldn't move things forward if I was here. I had to break away and focus. And so there may be making peace and reconciliation and apologies from them and feeling bad that they ever looked at you that way. Okay? So that's good. Getting some clarity and coming back together and getting back on track because you're in a better position to do so. All right? So Gemini, that's your reading. Let me know how the messages resonate. If they do, what's going on for you. Remember to watch all your signs. Have a great rest of the month, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.